Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. We're now joined by a man whose Instagram will make you want to hit the gym immediately. The founder of world-renowned transformation program TYB, celebrity trainer and fitness guru Yasir Khan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Not at all. Not at all. So we've just briefly mentioned there you have a world-renowned fitness transformation program. You're a celebrity fitness trainer to the stars. Tell us a little bit, what's like a day for you? What's a normal day? Are you working out yourself? Are you training people? Yeah. What's 24 hours like in your life?
So basically, I wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, that's my every day, and I'm waking up at 4 since the age of 4. That's another story. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how my days start, and it starts with a routine. I have rituals, and that's how I start. I pray, and I do my warm up, and then whatever is my pre-workout, and then I start my workout around 5:30 a.m. Depends on work, and then some clients in the morning, and then office we have meeting with clients, meeting with people, looking after the team, how they're doing. That's just how the day goes on. So basically, I'm just there for people to in whatever way they need me, just to help them to transform.
Take us back to 4 years old. Wake you up at 4 in the morning. What was that like?
Yeah, basically, I studied in a madrasa. It's Islamic boarding school, and I was sent to madrasa, and I studied.
From the age of 4?
Yeah, age of 4,
wow.
And I studied like in 20 different madrasas, from the age of 4 till the age of 13, and that was my turning point when I started working out first time when I was 13 years old. And for training for me was not to lose weight or build muscles or look good or in any maybe to take part in anything, but for me training was an escape from the reality, whatever was going on in my life at that time. So I found training actually aligned me with my mind and body and all my hormones while I was growing up, and made me really focus. And I used to train, I know it's people will laugh, but I used to train like 5 hours a day. I used to count.
I'm not laughing. I'm shocked.
Yeah, it's 5 hours. So from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. So Asr is the prayer time. I used to go Asr. I pray Asr there, and then Maghrib, and then Isha. Isha is the last prayer. And after that, I used to close the gym and come back. So my job was actually, since I did not have money to pay the gym, so he said the owner of the gym, okay, you will come open the gym at 5 a.m. and close at 10 p.m. So I used to just work out in that duration.
So what age, so when you started working out at 13, was there people supporting your working out, or were you the only person?
Not at all.
What do you think, why was workout your escape at that point?
Well, nobody supported me at that time because I was too young, and at that time, I'm talking about 13 years ago. I'm 32 right now. 19 years ago, and 19 years ago, especially where I am from, basically I'm from Bhopal. It's a town, it's a small city in Madhya Pradesh. It's a state in India. So over there, that time there was
you must have been
there was no profession.
Kind of soul warrior at that point.
Yeah, there was no such profession like personal training or training or coaches. There was nobody was paying for such things. There's no such profession. So I was the first one who actually started it, and I traveled to Bombay later and Delhi, and started working like that as a personal trainer. But yes, nobody supported me at that time. And why it was an escape for me? Because while I was going through the madrasas and all the issues were happening, I was not very much inclined to study that way and go back to boarding. So I was very scared, angry child.
Was it a strict culture?
Extremely strict. Extremely.
I've never.
Waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning, sleep at 10, non-stop. But yes, that discipline is now. So that's why I never blame that. Instead, I am very grateful, because who I am today is because of that disciplined lifestyle.
Instilled by the school to wake
yes,
up
yes.
Okay.
So and when people say it's oh, don't press the snooze button, and in today's time on social media you watch how to wake up early in the morning and make your bed. Basically, at 4 a.m. there used to be one bell, and then second bell after 30 seconds or 1 minute, and third used to be a belt, not a bell. Yeah, so it used to be like that. So in 2 minutes time you have to be up anyhow, and when you're 4-year-old, and it's not that easy. And then you have to making your bed basically is now that's a unique way. Now when you make your bed is you just pull 4 corners of your bed sheet and the bed is ready, or you're like, wow, I made a big deal. It's a big thing. But for me, it was like a mattress, to fold the mattress and to fold the duvet and to tie it with 3 knots with the rope and take it on my shoulder and walk like around 400 to 500 meters away. There used to be shelves and you keep your stuff there. And if you will not put it properly, which took me actually 6 months to learn that, because folding and tying up, it's not that easy. And every time you will put it wrong, you will get another belt as a reward.
I used to teach here in the UAE, and I taught 4-year-olds.
So you know how it is.
they're not picking up a pencil without help. Like they need a lot of encouragement.
I know.
They need positive encouragement. Usually.
There's someone actually writing a book on me right now, and we just started recently, and we finished like chapter 1, and that's why it's. And when we started, so she actually asked me like, can you please draw the place where you have lived at the age of 4, and I draw it, and she called and she confirmed that was it like this. This is
strict.
28 years ago I'm talking about, and she got, yes, everything is the same what he described.
So if you take that level of discipline that you learned to what you're doing now, which is transforming people, do you give people much leeway? Like, how do you find the balance of you need discipline but also positive encouragement?
So basically my program, when people come to me and they try to find out what it is, what's going on, even a lot of people from fitness industry, they couldn't figure out what's going on here. Basically, it's just a blueprint. It's a DNA, how I have lived, and it's just that. And now, since I have gone through all the hardships, so I have built this empathy. Like the kind of when people sit with me and the way I just look into their eyes and I understand what's going on, and I genuinely just want to help. And when I want to help, and you have to go back to basics, and the basics is the way I have lived. So that's where I offer my DNA and the blueprint. Okay, live like this, and then you will solve all the problems. Because mentally, as you can never ever just stop a bad habit or leave a bad habit, you can always replace it. So something or the other you're thinking, something or the other you're doing mentally and physically. So you have to replace. You're never just idle, you're just never at zero. It's always something there. So you need to know what to replace it with.
What do you think for us would be, let's say, like the general person that you speak to, the me's of the world? What do you think are quite common bad habits that we should be replacing?
It's a very common thing. I deal with people on a daily basis. Every day I'm teaching people that number one is, of course, sleeping pattern, what time you wake up, because your body is aligned in a certain way. Number two is, of course, your eating habits, because nutrition actually can influence your mind and can make you behave in certain way and can make you feel in certain way which you're not supposed to, and then you blame that the society and the system and yourself and your surroundings. But basically, if you just understand the nutrition, your thinking will change, because it's not you, it's influenced by certain nutrition you're eating, kind of carbohydrates, fats, protein, whatever is there. Some things are just not aligned. If you just fix that, you will wake up with full energy, you will sleep on time, and it's a whole routine. So basically, I would not say like just one or two things. It's also the surroundings, the most important thing, which I always emphasize with my clients and everyone. The surrounding, it's not you, it's your mind is influenced by the surrounding. No matter how much you want to eat this particular thing or you want to do it, but you're not, because you have such a good control. But the time you are a bit emotional or you lose that control, whatever you're surrounded by, that will take over.
I'm thinking about 4 o'clock in the office when I've eaten healthy all of the day, and then someone brings in some donuts and we all have a donut.
Yeah, because no matter how much you control, sooner or later you're just gonna give into that temptation. So that's why keep your surrounding in such a way. That's why I'm very picky. The people who are around me, either they are aligned with me or they're not with me. It's very simple, because I'm 32 now, and I spent 28 years of my life the way I have lived since my mother's days, and 19 years in this industry. Time is the most important thing for me, and I think it should be for everyone, because that's the only thing.
In terms of, what do you mean by time?
Time management, and the time where you invest, where you spend, and where you waste. It's always how you manage your time is the most important thing, and that's for me, and that's what I teach my clients also. The timetable has to be on point.
One of the reasons you hit headlines recently was the transformation of Khaled Al-Ameri, who you worked with. You shared the story on your Instagram. you said, my first conversation with Khaled was that he had trained with many trainers, but he could not stick to a plan 100%, which I think we've all been there. Moreover, he tried for a while and then he quit. He had a busy schedule. He required a better understanding mentally. His transformation photos, I'm sure we'll have it up on Facebook, are impressive, to say the least.
Yeah.
Is there a secret sauce to getting people to that point that they actually stick to this routine? Because I hear you on the diet, I hear you on the sleeping pattern, I hear you on the surroundings.
Yeah.
But this is information. How do we get to that point where it makes sense that we can actually change?
Very good question. Basically, I suppose, and it's individual. I deal with in a different way with people, and I have a whole team of like around in the office somewhere around like 10 to 15 people who are doing things for me. So I just plan everything. It's my blueprint, and these are the people who follow the whole plan and implement the plan.
So it's incredibly personalized.
Yes, it's like next level. So if I tell you about, just let's talk about Khalid. If we talk about him, it's a very strong mindset. First of all, if you can achieve anything in life, you can achieve everything in life. Now, if you can do one thing right, you can also do the second thing right, and you can also do the third thing right. Now, where you want to focus on, what you want to focus on. So with Khalid, he's an amazing guy. He's like a brother, and he's very successful in what he's doing. So he did one thing right. Now, if he wants to transform, he can do the second thing right, just to understand his psyche, understand his mind, what he is looking for, what he is after, what kind of a person he is, what's the root cause of the problem, what's his upbringing like, what's his family like, what are his values. So these are the things which I don't think majority of the trainers and nutritionists actually understand in the fitness industry. And that's where I come in, because that's what I understood about me while growing up. In order to succeed, and from Bhopal to here, I've competed worldwide in 6 different countries and placed second in UK in 2019, and everything I have done, whatever. So I understood my mind. So same goes to Khalid and all my clients, to understand their mind and change the way they think. First of all, understand from where they're thinking actually, what they want and why they want to transform. Sometimes people come to me and they don't have the why, which I actually make them realize that why you should do it, the transformation, and how it will help you in your personal life, professional life, financial life, your goals in life, and like all the areas, your relationship, friends, surroundings, everything. So that's how I work on these people.
The transformation industry has really grown in the last number of years, but obviously the pandemic, I think, potentially brought us back a notch because we were all working from home. Do you see more of an increase in people working out, or do you encourage home workouts since the pandemic, or are people lazier, or are people more motivated?
That's a very good question. I know at the time of pandemic, many gyms shut down. Okay, and a lot of businesses also shut down. But to be honest, I registered TYB just before pandemic, and after I think 10-15 days, there was a lockdown after TYB registration, and I lost all the money again. So everything, whatever I put there. So this is the story of my life. I keep hitting the rock bottom, and to be honest, every time I hit rock bottom, I know there is something bigger and better coming. So the whole lockdown, actually those 2 months, I was constantly with close people. I was working and strategizing how I'm going to work when everything opens. And actually Lovin Dubai gave me an opportunity at that time to put me just on the page. That there's someone out there. Actually, there was like top 10 people who are helping people in the lockdown, and top 10, 9 of them were companies and gyms. The only solo person was me. There was a whole article on me in that time. So I was very grateful, and I'm really thankful for that. So that put me on the limelight, and people more realized that, wow, this guy is doing things. And I was doing like free of cost, help to people, replying, making videos, how to stay fit, and everything. So from there, and as soon as it opened, because I decided at that time that anyway, I have lost everything, and people are really suffering more than me. I am still like in Dubai, and I'm very grateful that in such a good country I am, where it's safe. Even at that time, I was very grateful. And I decided, like, whatever happens, just give it all, because if it doesn't open, it's okay if I lose, because it makes no sense to save whatever I have. But if it opens, I'm already ahead of everyone. And that's how it started.
Amazing. before you leave us, and I want to give a quick shout out to how people can get in touch with you. You said there's someone writing a book about you.
Yes, someone is writing actually, there's a lot of things going on 30th of October. There is, if you guys want to take part or you want to visit, please come to Damac Hills property. There's a 30th of October TYB Transformation Challenge finale. So I'm running this challenge since last 3 months. This is the 4th month. I wanted to do the finale at the same time when the Dubai 3030 starts because it's aligned. The whole point of this finale is to inspire those who have never been to gym, especially my clients are how the overweight people and how they are performing and how there's a prizes, there's classes, there's a lot of stalls, and I mean everything is there's like a fitness fest, one of the biggest fitness fest I'm organizing. Writing a book, there's my social media, constant updates are there, and yeah, there's a show actually coming on Colors TV. We just finished yesterday the last segment of that shoot. It's going to be about my routine, my life, how I live and how I transform, what my ideology is, because as I said, like this is something very unique. You will not find that same ideology in fitness industry or even life coaching industry. It's a combination of both, that how I help myself and I'm helping others.
True, exactly. I think the personal training industry is massive here, but it's rare that you find someone who goes so detailed into, I guess, not just the exterior but the interior.
Yes,
as well.
definitely.
That's all we have time for, guys. If you want to see the incredible transformations, get onto Yasir Khan's Instagram and you'll see just exactly what he's doing for people, because it really is amazing and inspiring. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you for having me here.
We're back with you Sunday morning, same time, same place. Stay safe, wash your hands. Bye bye.